Hi again, everybody, from Goss Stadium at Coleman Field on the campus of Oregon State University in Corvallis, along with our crew, Andrew Henderson, Casey Lavin, Thomas Rudolph, and a combination of Garrett Dworshak and Dale Hummel with clarification to come. This is Mike Parker welcoming you to Game 2 of the three-game West Coast League Series between the Corvallis Knights and the Kamloops NorthPaws. Kamloops has a total of 5 wins in league play in this, their second season in the West Coast League, and 3 of them at the hands of the Corvallis Knights. 2 in Kamloops, and last night in the series opener here, 6-3. The Knights did receive a quality pitching performance out of the bullpen from Max de Beck, and in fact their pitching was fine. Of the 6 runs, 4 were unearned. Max continues to look very good in his rehab and coming back from Tommy John surgery, which shut him down and has led to a slow start to his collegiate career. He began at Washington. He transferred to Texas A&M. He's back in the portal. May end up with Nate Yeskie at College Station, but that's territory we're going to cover in our conversation with Big Max here in a moment. It is just a gorgeous first day of the week. Hope your Sunday's been going well. Thank you for tuning our way for part of your Sunday. It is beautiful, 82 degrees, clear skies, perfect late afternoon, early evening for baseball. Big Max de Beck, our guest, as we get ready for Game 2, coming up after this 2-minute break on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio.
Welcome back into Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, a gorgeous late Sunday afternoon. The Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio continues in our pregame show with right-hander Max de Beck, who is working his way back to the high prospect status, everything that, Max, you had, and thanks for taking time for me today. When you came out of O'Day and came out as a real phenom coming out of the state of Washington in your high school era, setbacks occur in life and in baseball, and you've had to deal with it. How do you feel like the whole process of kind of ramping it back up is going for you?
Yeah, so I mean, faced a lot of adversity so far in my early college career, and I think that's just what shapes me and makes me the person I am today. But the ramping up part, just playing down in Corvallis, because I was going to play for them after my senior year. So I'm just great to be down here. It's an awesome atmosphere, and so far it's been a blast, and I'm pitching well, and I can't wait for the rest of the summer. I'm a hungry guy, and I just want to keep competing and getting better and keep going. That's my whole lingo there.
Good for you, Max. And really, if you don't mind, if you give us a kind of a nutshell version of your story and when you began, when the physical issues with your elbow manifested themselves. But at that point, if you can kind of take us through where you were, big-time prospect, I know, coming out of O'Day, nationally recruited and so on. So take us from that. I guess from that point, you made a decision to stay home, go to Washington, and then what?
Yeah, so after high school, was debating on the draft and going to school. Was committed to Washington. Draft didn't work out. I had surgery a month before the draft, and then draft didn't work out, so I went to Washington, spent the whole year rehabbing. I was also a two-way hitter, and I had 3 at-bats at Washington. That didn't last long, and then after that whole situation, there was a coaching change. We didn't have a coach at Washington, so I put my name into the transfer portal, and I ultimately landed at Texas A&M University, and it's a great spot. Coaches are amazing and all that, and just kind of had some setbacks at A&M, trying to ramp up and getting ready for the season. I just wasn't ready, and so kind of spent this whole past year getting back into throwing and pitching, and now I'm finally off the mound and in game and pitching well. And my velo is not where I want it to be. It's still a work in progress, but competing really well. And just as college baseball is starting to become more of a business, especially in the SEC, I decided to kind of enter the portal again. Just potentially might go back to A&M. We're kind of just seeing how this whole season goes, but kind of just keeping all options open and seeing how this summer plans out and all that.
Max de Beck, my guest. Max, when you talk about A&M, the pitching coach there is a friend of mine and a great friend of Beaver Nation here for all the great work that he did. One of the best pitching coaches in America, Nate Yeske. Tell me a little bit about Nate and your respect for him and where he is with you in this process.
Yeah, so he's probably the best coach I've had. He's helped me a lot through just kind of my rehab and getting back to pitching. I couldn't do it without him. He spent a lot of hours with me, and I know he wanted me to be throwing this past year for him, but stuff just doesn't work out like that. But I have so much respect for him. He's a great coach, great mentor, and just total good person. And OSU was lucky to have him for that long, and hopefully I can potentially play for him again. And he's just an amazing guy and a father figure as well.
Max de Beck joining me. Max, in terms of saying you feel sore in all the right places, what do you mean by that as you kind of get back? Is it the legs? Is it the back, the shoulders? I mean, but the elbow feels good. Huh?
Yeah, the elbow is 100% okay. When I was in high school, I tend to just only get sore in the elbow, and now I'm getting sore in the right places, in all healthy places, and I'm recovering really well and pitching on 2-3 days rest, and after my outing last night, I actually get 5 days rest because I'm starting on Thursday. So it's been fun to actually be getting sore in the right places, as opposed to the places that will keep you out 12 to 18 months, 2 years.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. It's so good to see you back. It looks to me, when you talk about velocity, we'll close it down here in the next couple of minutes with Max de Beck. It still looks like good velo, effective movement, tough for hitters to deal with. But do you feel like you can get a few more miles per hour back? Do you need to? And how do you get that back into the 96, 97 range that you lived in a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think it's all about just syncing up my mechanics. And right now I've been kind of cruising at 90, 94, and that still plays at this level. And obviously, I'm a hungry guy. I want more. I want to be where I was at before pre-surgery, throwing the correct way this time. And I think it's all about me just getting on the mound and pitching more and more and getting more experience and getting ahead in counts to where I can really let it loose. And I think the main thing is just syncing up my mechanics and letting it loose there.
Let me follow that. You say throwing the correct way. when you looked at, if you studied tape and anything that led to your Tommy John, did you feel like you were putting too much strain on the arm with your arm slot?
Yeah, I was just a junior in high school, kind of throwing a little too harder than my body could hold. And I'm actually good weight now, but when I was throwing the wrong way, my elbow would kind of just lead, and I'd be decelerating with my elbow, and that's what caused it to tear. And now I'm decelerating with all the right parts, but not the elbow.
Right. Okay, good. Final thing, Max, and you touched on it. You were ticketed to come here, maybe coming out of high school, things can change a little bit, but here you are. It's early in the year still, but what do you make of the culture and the vibe, the atmosphere here with the Knights?
Yeah, it's amazing. We work hard. I feel like a lot of people put summer ball off as just playing games and not really getting work in, but we're getting a lot of work in with Coach Uni and Coach Bo, and all of us are really hungry to just keep getting better and better at the next level, and we all push each other. And so far I've had a great time. I've only been here for like a month now, and it's not even halfway through the year, and I'm just so excited to keep growing with all these guys. I feel like they're my brothers. I've only known them for like a month because we're so we're together for so much of the week, playing so many games, and it's been a true journey, and it's been fun because this is my first time actually like playing summer ball, and I think my leadership has grown immensely, just being kind of on the older side and having a lot of experience with adversity and all of that.
Max, it's a pleasure to talk to you, to learn a little bit about your story, and I look forward to seeing you starting Thursday night. Thanks for taking time, and finally, welcome to Corvallis. We appreciate you being on the pregame show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Max de Beck, my guest, will be back with the lineups and first pitch. The Knights try to even the series tonight against Kamloops. A beautiful Sunday evening for baseball, brought to you by First Alternative Natural Foods Co-op on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio.
Here we go on this late Sunday afternoon. Merritt Jones to work, and Tyler Glowacki swings at Merritt's first pitch. A ground ball to short, scooped up by Ty Yukamoto, who throws over to Jacob Craig, and we're underway on a good note. Merritt Jones pitching to contact. One pitch, one out. Glowacki grounding out to shortstop, and now Jude Hall, the hitter. Jude takes a fastball from Merritt for a strike. 0-1 the count. Glowacki, the leadoff hitter for the Kamloops NorthPaws in right field. Jude Hall at the plate now in center field. The sweeping leg kick by Jones works to the plate. He's got a little bit of Groucho Marx flexibility that you see Groucho use in Animal Crackers. The 1-1 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and hooray for Captain Spaulding and some of his other tunes, the very flexible Groucho. That's what the leg kick reminds me of. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jude Hall. Merritt back to the plate and misses low. 2-2 to the left-hand hitting Hall. Robin Villeneuve on deck at first base. Felix Chenier Rondeau, the cleanup hitter, in left field. The 2-2 pitch, sprayed foul to the left, above the, at least for the moment, by night standards, rather sparsely attended late afternoon affair, but a good crowd, just not as large as what we're accustomed to seeing. The 2-2 pitch, a looper to shallow center, racing in is J.C. Ing. He's there to make the catch. Good read by J.C., 2 down, and Robin Villeneuve, the hitter. It is a gorgeous Sunday, 80 degrees, and I just saw an umbrella pop open, and it's nice to see the umbrella pop open for the reason that it's been opened, for the brilliant sunshine. And 80 degrees on this late Sunday. We've had games this year where those umbrellas have been popping for a different reason. Robin Villeneuve, the hitter, fastball, swung on and missed. 0-1 the count, 2 down, nobody on. Top of the first. Drew Giannini batting 5th at 3rd. Joey Barron hitting 6th, the DH. Cooper Neville batting 7th at 2nd. Fastball high to even the count, 1-1 to Villeneuve. Tommy Green batting 8th at short. Bennett Prater batting 9th and catching. McLean Roberts, a left-hander on the mound for the NorthPaws. The right-hander delivers. Merritt Jones swung on and missed by Villeneuve. 1-2 the count. Merritt Jones and Tyler Howard, the Knights' battery. Jacob Craig at first. Tyler Quinn at second. Ty Yukamoto at short. Levi Jones at third. The 1-2 pitch is popped up on the left side. Third baseman Levi Jones calling, and Levi makes the catch, and the side retired in order. Ethan Hott comes in from left field, J.C. Ing from center, and Sam Stem in right. A good start for Merritt Jones. He retires the NorthPaws in order. We go to the bottom of the first. Kamloops nothing. The Knights coming up on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. Bottom of the first inning on this 80-degree, gorgeous late afternoon in the Mid-Valley. No score. Merritt Jones retiring the NorthPaws in order, and now southpaw McLean Roberts, pitching for the NorthPaws, has completed his warm-up tosses with Bennett Prater and getting ready to face the following lineup as announced by head coach Brooke Knight. Leading off in center field and leading off for the first time in his Knights career, J.C. Ing. Tyler Quinn batting second. At second base, Sam Stem hitting third and right. Blake Avila, the cleanup hitter and designated hitter. McLean Roberts, very deliberate wind and pitch to the plate, in there for a strike. It's slow enough that he might get a pitch clock violation just trying to get through the mechanics of his windup. The strike one pitch on the way, breaking ball in the turf, 1-1 the count. J.C. Ing leading off, and that's just a sign of Coach Knight recognizing that JC gets good at bats. He sees a lot of pitches. He's hitting .289. He has 12 runs batted in. And would like to see a spark from the top of the order. 1-1 pitch, check swing, down and in, ball 2, 2-1, as the Knights collectively seeking a bit of a spark today. They've been in a bit of a funk by their standards, certainly 2.5 back and in 4th place at the start of the day in the South. That's, I wouldn't say uncharted territory, but close to that in the experience of Knights baseball through these summers. The pitch to Ing, foul back in the count 2-2. They've never missed the playoffs. They've, of course, have won the last 6 championships and 9 total. So they hope to kind of get back on the right track beginning today in the second game of this series with Kamloops. Ing slaps one foul past Brooke Knight and down towards the entrance field level of the Jacoby Ellsbury Clubhouse, an alumnus of the West Coast League with the Bend Elks in the summer of 2002. 2 balls and 2 strikes to J.C. Ing. Bottom of the first inning, no score. McLean Roberts working with his battery mate Bennett Frater, the big lefty from Auckland, New Zealand. Now, shakes off one sign, now ready and very deliberately back to the plate. The 2-2 pitch misses down and away. And this is exactly the reason that Brooke Knight installed J.C. in the top of the order. Sees a lot of pitches. Draws walks, gets on base, hitting a solid .289, has a chance to get on base here now to lead things off for the Knights in the bottom of the first. McLean Roberts to the plate with a 3-2 pitch, ball 4. And there he is, doing his thing and justifying the faith shown in him by Brooke Knight, lifting him to the top of the order and getting on in his first plate appearance. Tyler Quinn, the batter. No score in the bottom of the first inning, with the Knights looking to shake themselves a little bit, and a big lead at first for J.C. Ing. Roberts delivers a breaking ball down and in, jumped over by Tyler Quinn. 1 ball and no strikes. A very healthy lead, to be sure, for J.C. Ing. And that's the other thing. Brooke said he's not a speedster per se, J.C., but he's an intelligent base runner. He gets his lead. McLean Roberts kicks and comes with a 1-0 pitch, and that's a breaking ball that dives down and in. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom of the first inning, no score. A walk and a 2-0 count to Quinn, as the Knights falling last night 6-3 and have lost 3 of their last 4 in league, trying to get themselves turned around this late afternoon, early evening here at Goss Stadium. A throw to first base, and J.C. back to the bag. Ing 5 for 6 in stolen bases. McLean Roberts from the stretch. The 2-0 pitch to Tyler is punched into shallow left field. Chenier Rondeau comes in a hurry and slides into a nice catch. 1 away. Good read by Felix, dealing with the sun just directly in his vision. But he found the ball quickly, ran in and made the catch. And Sam Stem, the batter, it'll be a left-on-left confrontation here in a moment. Left-hander McLean Roberts getting the start in game 2. Roberts making his 4th start and 6th appearance overall. Ing goes. He got a good jump. He'll get the bag. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. Ing with his 6th stolen base in 7 attempts, and he certainly stole it on McLean. And the Knights have a man in scoring position with 1 out. McLean Roberts with his 6th overall appearance, 15 2/3 coming in, 19 hits, 9 walks, 6 strikeouts. Delivers down and away to Sam Stem to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Stem doing a nice job taking a pitch on behalf of Ing to get the bag stolen. Stem at .221, but a team leading 14 runs batted in. No score, bottom of the first. McLean to the plate, swung on and fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sam Stem. Ed Nags coaching at first for the Corvallis Knights, working with Tyler Quinn around second base. Some good activity, pregame style. The 1-2 pitch on the way now to Stem is down and away. Ball 2, 2-2 to Sam. Well, the Knights trying to get the early jump on a Kamloops team that's been a thorn in the flesh for the Knights, in that Kamloops has won but 5 games in league play. They're 5-14, 3 of those wins against the Knights. And the Knights have broken through just once. The 2-2 pitch, a fly ball to left field. Chenier Rondeau glasses down, moving in, and makes the catch on that one. 2 away. And Blake Avila, the designated hitter, the batter. Blake will try to get the Knights on the board with a 2-out hit. And again, it would be just a lift, I think, to the dugout and the entire club to get the early lead. Avila is the right guy in this spot, hitting .326, 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. He has the only home runs in league play for the Knights. Looking for an RBI base hit here against McLean Roberts, with Ng going to third. Breaking ball outside. The throw to third is not in time. And JC has taken liberties with McLean Roberts, stealing second and third. And he picks up the extra 90 feet. Doing a nice job exemplifying Brook Knight's philosophy when it comes to the running game. Pick those extra 90 up wherever you can. 1-0 to Blake Avila. Roberts to the plate, and Blake gets all tied up. Tried to check his swing, but went around on the high fastball. The count 1-1. Blake Avila looking for the 2-out hit, but Ng's wheels have gotten him in position to score should McLean Roberts uncork a wild one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, no score, bottom of the first. The 1-1 pitch on the way is in the turf. Good block by Bennett Frater. 2-1 the count. Roberts and Frater, the battery. Robin Villeneuve at first with the NorthPaws. Cooper Neville at second. Tommy Green at short. Drew Giannini at third. In the outfield, Felix Chenier Rondeau in left. Jude Hall in center. Tyler Glowacki in right. The 2-1 pitch misses away. Ball 3, 3-1 to Blake Avila, with Ethan Hott on deck. Breezes on this late Sunday afternoon, early evening, as usual, blowing out towards left center. Very pleasant breeze at the moment. The 3-1 pitch is high, and that's ball 4, I thought, but in fact it is. And Blake Avila not understanding. I was deferring to the hitter, who I thought should know the count better than I should. But the 3-1 pitch I had as ball 4, and Avila kind of occurred to him. Oh, okay. And the umpire had to tell him, take your base, son. So Avila trots down to first. The batter is Ethan Hott. Runners at the corners, 2 down. And we'll see if Brook puts any kind of first and third play on here, as is his wont. Ethan Hott, though, a hot hitter at .364 with 9 RBIs. McLean Roberts to the plate. Ethan lifts one to center and playable. Jude Hall backing up, shielding the sun a bit with his glove, even though it's not directly in his path of vision. It's still from the periphery bothering him a bit, but he shields it and makes the catch, and the Knights leave 2. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, 2 left after 1. Kamloops nothing, the Knights nothing on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. No score to the second inning. Merritt Jones to Felix Chenier Rondeau. The big left-handed hitter misses for ball one. The 1-0 pitch, a ground ball to second. Tyler Quinn up with it and throws to Jacob Craig. Merritt has faced 4 NorthPaws hitters and retired each one. And that'll bring Drew Giannini to the plate. Kamloops winning last night's ball game 6-3, 4 of the runs unearned. The Knights hope for a much cleaner game. It is still a strength of the club. Last night's game was an outlier. They're a good defensive team. Drew Giannini takes low, ball one, 1-0. No score in the second inning. Merritt works quickly, big leg kick, a slicing fly ball down the left field line, foul, again in front of the Ellsbury clubhouse entrance. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Drew Giannini followed by Joey Barron here in the second. No score. The Knights and NorthPaws will wrap up the series tomorrow night at 6:35. Line drive, base hit to center field. Nice swing by Drew Giannini, going down to get it and lacing it back up the middle. Not a bad pitch, but Giannini went down and got it and stroked it to center. Drew becomes the first base runner tonight for Kamloops, and that'll bring Joey Barron to the plate. Giannini 2 for 2 in stolen bases. Kamloops has stolen 28, so the run game indeed part of the approach for head coach Keith Francis in the third base coaching box. Fernando Lavetta coaching at first. The first pitch missing to Joey Barron, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, that misses low, ball 2, 2-0. The Knights beginning the day at 9-7 in league play. 2.5 back of red-hot Ridgefield in the south. The 2-0 pitch is lined into right field. Sam Stem racing over, backhands it, loses the cap, throws the baseball back in, 2 down. Good read by Sam. Well-struck ball by Joey Barron, but he's an out, 2 down. Cooper Neville, the hitter. Meanwhile, in the north, the division that our visitors Kamloops plays in, Kamloops winning last night to improve its league record to 5-14. But everybody chasing the top 2 clubs. Bellingham at 15-3, Wenatchee at 14-4. The pitch to Neville, foul back in the count 0-1. Things are tighter in the south. Ridgefield at 13-6, the Pickles at 9-6, Springfield 10-7. The Knights starting the day at 9-7. The strike 1 pitch is in the turf. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cooper Neville. No score in the second inning. Good to see Sam, Christie, and Nolan in the ballpark here tonight. They have been coming to Knights games together forever. There goes the runner Giannini. The pitch is in the turf, and Drew is in with a stolen base. They have not been in their usual spot this summer. So Sam, Christie, and Nolan, it's good to have you all here. I just got the names officially. After all these years, we finally meet officially. But the Knights have been struggling a bit, and you haven't been in your spot. So it's good to see you back to get them going here tonight. Thank you. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Well, take that back maybe. A line drive to the alley into right center field. That'll get through all the way to the base of the fence. Drew Giannini will score. J.C. Ng chases the ball down on the warning track and into third with a 2-out run scoring triple is Cooper Neville. And Kamloops strikes first again. The NorthPaws lead it 1-0. Well struck ball by Cooper Neville into the gap in right center field. Neville picking up his 10th run batted in. That's tops on this NorthPaws team, and they get the early lead. Tommy Green, the batter, right-hand hitting shortstop. 1-0 Kamloops in the second. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Tommy Green started the night at 141 with just 1 run batted in. He tries to check on a breaking ball. He certainly went around and did. This time the home plate umpire asked for help, and it is strike 2 on Green. Bennett Freighter on deck, 1-0 Kamloops on a sunny, breezy, beautiful late Sunday afternoon in the Mid-Valley. Jones works out of the stretch. The strike 2 pitch, another breaking ball. This time Green stays off, and the count 1-2. With 1 out, a single for Drew Giannini. He steals second and scores on the triple to the gap in right center by Cooper Neville. Merritt Jones trying to minimize damage at a run. Comes back with a 1-2 pitch. Fastball a bit high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morgan Codron will get the start tomorrow for the Knights in the series finale. Left-hander Matthew Romero scheduled to go for Kamloops. 6:35 tomorrow night. The 2-2 fastball down and away. Ball 3, 3-2. So a nice job by Tommy Green to work it from 0-2 to full. The right-hander Merritt Jones comes set, looks over at Cooper Neville. The 3-2 breaking ball is low for ball 4, and that's a nice adjustment by Tommy Green. He was down in the count 0-2. He wasn't seeing the ball very well apparently on those first 2 pitches, but then takes a much more disciplined approach and ends up drawing ball 4. Bennett Freighter, the batter, with 2 on and 2 out and a run in. Bennett, the right-hand hitting catcher, 0 for 8 on the season. Merritt Jones to the plate, a ground ball to second. Quinn looked at his Keystone partner who wasn't there and now turns and throws to first to get the out on Freighter. About as routine as a ground ball can be, except Ty Yukamoto assumed Quinn would go to first with it. Ty didn't get over readily to cover second. So Quinn had to kind of do a double take. Oh, I guess I got to go to first with it, and he did, and he gets the out. But a run in for Kamloops, and at the end of 1.5, the NorthPaws won, the Knights nothing on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. Levi Jones will lead things off for the Corvallis Knights in the bottom of the second, trailing 1-0. Levi takes in the turf from McLean Roberts. 1 ball and no strikes. Levi, Jacob Craig, and Tyler Howard. Levi's been busy this weekend. The 1-0 pitch inside to the left-hand hitting Oregon State player to be part of the 6A, 5A Oregon All-Star Series. A sweep by the North, winning yesterday 10-1 and today 10-3. The 2-0 pitch, Levi rolls over on it, a ground ball to Cooper Neville. Cooper throws out Levi to lead things off for the Knights in the bottom of the second. 1 away. Jacob Craig, the hitter. Big Jacob looking for a big summer, just kind of getting settled in now after traveling with the Beavers to Baton Rouge. The Beavs eliminated by the host LSU Tigers, who as you well know, have moved on and are playing Florida for the national title. The teams have split the first 2 games. It'll be a winner-take-all championship game in Omaha tomorrow, an all-SEC affair, LSU and Florida, with Paul Skeens for LSU. Jacob Craig takes a strike. The 0-1 pitch to Big Jacob, swung on and missed, and the count 0-2, 1-0 Kamloops, bottom of the second. Skeens will probably have a little bit better outing than his brothers did today in losing to Florida 24-3. The strike 2 pitch very high, and the count 1-2. Skeens with a chance to bring home the national championship. And if he does, just remember, he visited Oregon State when he was in the portal. The things that might have been, the 1-2 pitch to Craig, taken, strike 3 called, 2 down. Garrett Forrester took him fishing. Skeens, by all reports, had a great time, but it appeared to be LSU all the way for Skeens, and he'll try to pitch LSU to the championship tomorrow night. 2 down, nobody on. Tyler Howard, the batter, as the Knights still seeking that elusive spark offensively. And Tyler shows bunt, takes high, ball 1, 1-0. So it's a different kind of challenge in a sense for Brooke Knight and Ed Nags and Youngjin Yoon and Bo Kearns, the great staff that have been together here now for a number of years. And the Knights have won 6 straight championships. Tyler Howard providing a 2-out spark by whacking a shot to the Town and Country Realty sign in the alley in left center. And into second base goes Howard with a 2-out double. And he's in scoring position representing the tying run for Tai Yukamoto. Good swing for Tyler Howard at 258 with 4 runs batted in, getting the 2-bagger. And Yukamoto looking for the 2-out hit. That's the second double this summer for Tyler. Yukamoto in the 9th hole at shortstop, hitting .297 with 9 runs batted in. McLean Roberts comes to the plate and misses high, ball 1. But a different kind of challenge in that at this point, the Knights, through 16 games, still kind of trying to find themselves, find their identity, find their leadership, their productivity, the right kind of lineup. A ground ball to the hole at short. Backhanded by Tommy Green. The throw to first is not in time. Pulling Robin Villeneuve off the bag. Yukamoto aboard on the infield single to the hole at short. Tyler Howard into third. And leadoff hitter J.C. Ng, the batter. The Knights, for the second straight inning, have runners at first and third and 2 down. Ng drew a walk last inning. The Knights ended the first inning, first and third, with 2 down, came up empty. And now we'll see with Yukamoto, the runner at third, 5 for 5 in stolen bases, whether Brooke Knight might put a play on. With Howard at third, Yukamoto at first. Yukamoto goes. The pitch is dropped by Bennett Prater, no throw. And Yukamoto is safely in with a stolen base. Another stolen base, contributions from Papay Material Handling and All Pro Property Services to Community Outreach, Inc. Our thanks to their continued support. J.C. Ng looking for a base hit to put the Knights in front. The 1-0 pitch is a strike. The count 1-1 to the Knights' leadoff hitter. J.C. out of Foster City, California, and competes at Pomona Pitzer. In the leadoff spot, looking for the clutch 2-out hit. The 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. 1-2 the count. J.C. has shown a good 2-strike approach, and again, part of the reason that he was installed in the top of the order. Brooke Knight wants to talk to J.C. Ng, ostensibly wants to talk to Ng. I think more than anything else, he just wanted to give a little piece of his mind to the home plate umpire. Brooke felt that pitch was well off the plate, that the zone was expanded, and the 1-1 pitch as big as any in the game. So now the count 1-2, not 2-1. Ng, in a sense, no longer in control of the proceedings. And I think Brooke, more than anything else, wanted to get within a closer earshot of the home plate umpire. Second and third, 2 down, 1-0 Kamloops. The 1-2 pitch taken low, ball 2, 2-2. Ng is the kind of hitter that can survive perhaps the expansion of the zone. as he looks for a 2-out hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 on. 1-0 Kamloops. The 2-2 pitch, he swings and fouls it to the left and out of play. JC out of the box for a moment. Tyler Quinn on deck. Tyler Howard at third. Tai Yukamoto at second. JC Ing at the plate. Another 2-2 pitch coming from left-hander McLean Roberts, the pride of Auckland, New Zealand. Kicks and comes 2-2. A ground ball up the middle into center field. Base hit. Tyler Howard scores. Tai Yukamoto right behind him. JC Ing, the leadoff man. A 2-run single. The Knights lead it 2-1. That'll bring to the plate Tyler Quinn. Tyler flied to left field last inning. An excellent job by the Knights. With 2 outs and nobody on, 3 straight hits. Tyler Howard leading the way with a double. Tai Yukamoto an infield single. And J.C. Ing a 2-run single to center field with 2 outs and the Knights in front. A throw to first and J.C. back to the bag. J.C. stole second and third in the first inning, so he has commanded attention from McLean Roberts. McLean to the plate. Fastball spins Tyler Quinn around high and inside, ball 1. Well, a stroke of genius by head coach Brooke Knight. He just said he kind of had a hunch. I'm going to put JC and see what happened. Put him in the leadoff spot. Behold, a 2-run single and a walk. Tyler Quinn takes a strike, and the count 1-1. 2-1 Knights in the second. JC will probably be looking to try to run again with 2 down and get in scoring position for Quinn. He draws a throw and steps back to the bag. McLean Roberts, 6'4", 195 from Auckland, competes at Pima Community College in Tucson. The 1-1 pitch on the way to Tyler Quinn, a ground ball into left field, base hit. Felix Chenier-Rondeau gathers it off the turf, stopping at second base. J.C. Ing, 4 straight hits with 2 down for the Knights. And Sam Stem, the batter. And the pitching coach, Jose Bautista, will head out to the mound for a conversation with McLean Roberts. Just uttering the name of Bautista brings painful memories from earlier today involving the Seattle Mariners game against Baltimore at Camden Yards. Painful for our good friend TJ Mathewson from 1240 Joe Radio, the consummate Mariners fan. Painful for all of our Mariners fans in the Pacific Northwest. And while Adley had the day off, the Orioles end up winning the series, and I'm happy for Adley and happy for Baltimore's resurgence. Nevertheless, a tough ending for the Mariners. Felix Bautista struck out the side in the top of the 9th for Baltimore, hitting 103 miles per hour on several of his fastballs. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So seeing Jose Bautista brings memories and kind of frightening ones of Felix blowing it by Mariners hitters in the 9th today. 2 on and 2 out. Sam Stem, the batter. Sam, a line drive base hit to right center field. J.C. Ing will score. Tyler Quinn will go to third. 5 straight hits for the Knights, and they lead it 3-1. And for Knights fans, I think for the Knights players, the Knights dugout, coaches, etc., it feels a little bit along the lines of, that's more like it. And that's what we've grown accustomed to seeing from this great organization through the summers. Blake Avila, the batter. Blake drew a walk in the first inning. All of this with 2 outs, 5 consecutive hits. Tyler Howard, Tai Yukamoto, J.C. Ing, Tyler Quinn, and Sam Stem have plated 3, and the Knights just want to keep it going. Blake Avila, the batter, with runners at first and third and 2 down. Sam Stem, a good runner. He may take off immediately. McLean Roberts to the plate, and there goes Stem. He'll get in safely without a throw. Sam chose to take off after the pitch had been well delivered and bounced in the dirt. He read it well and had the bag stolen easily, and that will go in as a stolen base. He was going early enough that I think he'll get credit for it, his third steal of the year. So 2 more runners in scoring position and a chance for the Knights to really maximize this inning here in the second. The 1-0 pitch to Avila, high and away, ball 2, 2-0. 3 runs in the inning and a chance for a couple of more. Second and third, 2 down. The 2-0 pitch to Blake is a strike, and the count 2-1. Mark Armour back in the house tonight. Good to see him here. I think he might be with Kip Carlson. Yes. Some great baseball men sitting together studying this one. Mark just got a guffaw out of Kip. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Taken for a strike. Oh, my goodness. You had to think about it, sir. Brooke Knight just comes down. He can't argue balls and strikes, but he is. The home plate umpire talked himself into calling it a strike. You had it, ball 3. You had it, ball 3. Leave it at ball 3. I speak the truth in love. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Blake Avila. 2 on and 2 down. The 2-2 pitch, a ground ball to first, fielded by Robin Villeneuve. Robin will take it to the bag himself to retire the side. Brooke Knight is saying, look, sir, you just got to tighten it up and be better. You call a strike well after you had it, ball 3. And I think the home plate umpire realizes, yeah, you're probably right. And he says to Brooke, I hear you, I got it. And there's an end on it. There goes Kip and Mark together. They agree, I'm sure, with what I just said. You all hear what Mama said. Well, I saw the Knights score 3 to take the lead. We go to the third on the Knights live stream. 3-1 Knights on 1240 Joe Radio. Three to 1 Knights as we go to the third. Merritt Jones's first pitch to Tyler Glowacki, a called strike. Keith Francis looked into the Knights dugout and says, I'm feeling you, Brooke. The 0-1 pitch pulled foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Now a line drive in and out of the glove of Knights third baseman Levi Jones for a base hit. A leadoff single for Tyler Glowacki. Good contact on the line drive by Tyler going the other way, and the ball popping in and out of the mid of Levi, who almost caught it a second time. A line drive in the webbing of his glove for a moment. Popped out. He dived into foul territory, not able to regather it. So a leadoff single for Tyler Glowacki. Jude Hall, the batter. Merritt Jones to the plate. Hall lifts one foul, Waldo away above the grandstand on the left side. No balls and 1 strike in the top of the third. The Knights with a 3-1 lead. Trying to get this series even and create a rubber match tomorrow with a little more fanfare. It'll be a rubber match in Omaha tomorrow for the title. A throw to first. Tyler Glowacki back. First Alternative Co-op is tonight's game sponsor and is your community-owned grocery store since 1970. Another throw to first, and stepping back is Tyler Glowacki. The co-op makes it easy for you and your family to buy local and eat healthy with fresh, local, and organic groceries. Merritt Jones from the stretch. The strike one pitch, a high fly to left field and playable for Ethan Hott. Ethan shading the sun with his glove. Doesn't have the glasses down. He makes the catch. Glasses up, even with the sun directly in his vision. But he played it just right, one away, and Robin Villeneuve the batter. When it comes to the First Alternative Co-op, be sure to stop by and enjoy their fresh brewed coffee, their deli, their house-made pastries, their delicious salad bar, and much more. Everyone is welcome at First Alternative Co-op and has been since 1970. Robin Villeneuve takes a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. Villeneuve popped out to Levi Jones in the first. We're in the third. 3-1 Knights. 6:35 tomorrow for what the Knights hope will be that rubber game affair. Jones from the stretch delivers outside. 1 strike the count. First Alternative Co-op has had 2 locations now in Corvallis. They're in Southtown and have been since most of their 50-plus years in the community, and the last 20 in Northwest Corvallis. A throw to first. Tyler Glowacki back. Right across the street from Sam's Station up there. Beautiful neighborhood. 3-1 Knights in the third. Out of the stretch works Merritt Jones again. Delivers a ground ball off the third base bag. A base hit into left field. Ethan Hott chases the ball down. Stopping at second base is Tyler Glowacki. So some interesting doings around the third base bag here today, in that Levi Jones had a chance to make a catch on a line drive, and here a ground ball hits the bag and deflects into left field. I'm surprised that Glowacki ended up only going to second. Once it hit the bag, I thought he would have had a great chance to come hard around second and go to third. I don't think he got a good jump on the ground ball. Now the batter is Felix Chenier Rondeau. 2 hits in the inning. The left-hand hitting Chenier Rondeau takes down and in. 1 no strikes. The tying runs on base here in the third for Kamloops. Trying to come right back after the Knights plated 3, all with 2 outs, 5 consecutive hits. The 1-0 pitch, Chenier Rondeau takes just outside for ball 2, 2-0. And just because of some of the other pitches that have been called strikes in this ball game, Knights fans were expecting that one to be pleasing to the home plate arbiter. A little outside, the 2-0 pitch. Big swing by Felix. He hits it foul to the left and out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Kip Carlson wearing his Mark Fidrich jersey today. One of the more colorful characters in Major League Baseball history. And just a sad, sad story that his arm went out early in his career and never came back. The 2-1 pitch, high and away, ball 3, 3-1. Merritt Jones with a 3-1 lead, but has given up 2 hits in the inning, is behind a Chenier Rondeau 3-1. Drew Giannini on deck. Kamloops with a chance to make a dent in that lead right after the Knights established it. The 3-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back by Chenier Rondeau. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the big hitter out of Blainville, Quebec, and playing baseball at Oklahoma City University. Three and 2 to Felix. 2 on, 1 out, 3-1 Knights. Jones delivers. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. 2 down. Very good pitch by Jones. He had been working away, and down and away, and is able to come inside on the inner half, belt high, for a called third on Chenier Rondeau. Well executed pitch by Merritt. 2 away, Drew Giannini, the hitter, drew single to center field and scored last inning. 3-1 Knights in the third, 2 on and 2 out. Big Merritt comes set, works Giannini, low and away, ball 1. This will be Merritt's final start for a while. 6'4", 191-pound sophomore to be for Coach Henderson at Utah from Idaho Falls. The Knights hope to get him back in mid-July, perhaps. His 1-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 1-1, or a little bit later. But he'll be shut down for a while after this start here this evening against Kamloops. 3-1 Knights in the third, but Kamloops threatening 2 on and 2 out. The 1-1 pitch to Giannini on the outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Drew. Again, with both sets of grandparents in the ballpark tonight, Drew trying to give them something to cheer about. I know they're just glad to be here watching him play. Beautiful evening for baseball. 3-1 Knights in the third. The 1-2 pitch to Drew misses high and away. Ball 2. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 out. A 2-run Knights lead in the third. Merritt Jones trying to keep it that way. Working on the left-hand hitting Giannini. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3 to retire the side. A couple of impressive strikeouts to end the third. The NorthPaws leave 2 after 2.5. The Knights 3, Kamloops 1 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. Three to 1 Knights as we go to the bottom of the third inning. The first pitch from left-hander McLean Roberts to Ethan Hott. A strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 pitch, Ethan hits it sharply to the right of the mound, but right at second baseman Cooper Neville, who scoops the ball off the turf and throws out Ethan. Ethan 0 for 2, applied to center in his first at-bat. One away, 3-1 Knights, bottom of the third inning. Levi Jones, who grounded to Neville, comes to the plate. Pape Material Handling, as I mentioned earlier, is continuing to help you move one step closer to home, teaming up in support of COI, Community Outreach, Inc. The pitch to Levi, lifted to the alley in left center. A long run for Jude Hall. He slides and plays the baseball on a hop. Jones on his way for 2 and goes in, standing up. Levi Jones, a 1-out double to left center field. Jacob Craig will be the hitter, his teammate to be at Oregon State. Good swing from Levi going the other way for the 2-bagger. The Knights with their 6th hit, they strung 5 together to end the second inning and score 3. And now looking to add to their 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the third. To learn more about Pape Material Handling and the Knights One Step Closer to Home initiative, please visit corvallisknights.com/COI. Craig, a fly ball to right. It's playable for Glowacki. Levi Jones gets on the bag, tags on his way to third, and gets there with a head-first slide. Craig flies out to right field. Pretty good contact for Jacob. He is an out. 2 down, and Tyler Howard, the hitter. We were talking about Tyler when he came to the plate. with 2 down and nobody on. The Knights trailing 1-0 last inning. The Knights in search of a spark, and it was Tyler that provided it. A 2-out double, and that was the first of 5 straight hits and 3 runs. He has a chance now to drive in a run with Levi Jones at third and 2 down. The first pitch to the right-hand hitting catcher misses high and inside, ball 1. Roberts to the plate. The 1-0 pitch is high, ball 2, 2-0. Tyler saw me at work over at Dutch Bros the other day working on one of my big scoring sheets, preparing for the game. He said, "Do you have one for all the games you've done?" The 2-0 pitch swung on and hit foul into the seats on the right side. You always appreciate, do you not, whatever your line of work may be, when someone else outside of it, in a sense, asks you what you're up to, what you're doing. What is that you're working on? The 2-1 pitch to Tyler, high and away, ball 3, 3-1. 3-1 Knights, bottom of the third. I appreciated the question, and so, I said, I put one of these together for almost every game. He said, for the Beavers, too, and he understood that I also do Oregon State games. The 3-1 pitch, high and away, Tyler Howard draws ball 4, and Ty Yukamoto will be the batter, runners at first and third and 2 down. I said, yes, and then he asked where he was going with that line of questioning. I understood. Head coach Keith Francis on his way to the mound, and whether he makes a pitching change here or not, we'll see. The Knights lead at 3-1, have runners at the corners and 2 down. Tyler then asked, where was he going with that line of inquiry? Well, he said, do you have one of those sheets for Drew Rasmussen's perfect game? So I'm getting more impressed with each question that he asks. First, just what are you doing? Do you have one for Drew Rasmussen's perfect game? I said, yes, I do. He said then, this was sort of the clincher, he said, I was the bat boy for Washington State in that game at Goss. Drew Rasmussen's freshman year with the Beavers, Drew threw a perfect game, the only one in Pac-10-12 history in a conference game. The only perfect game in the history of the Conference of Champions within a conference game. A 9-inning affair, 9-inning perfect game against Washington State. Tyler said both his parents went to Washington State, and through some sort of auction deal, I'm not exactly sure. I'll get the story from Tyler himself at some point. But he was the designated, through some auction-winning deal, the bat boy for the Cougs the day the perfect game was thrown by Drew Rasmussen. So he remembers it very well. Tyler goes, no throw from his counterpart, Bennett Frater. And Tyler into second base with a steal. 1 ball and no strikes to Ty Yukamoto. An infield single as part of the 3-run uprising last inning. Second and third, 2 down, 3-1 Knights. The 1-0 pitch to Yukamoto. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Levi Jones at third. Tyler Howard at second. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ty Yukamoto. Big left-hander McLean Roberts working on the diminutive left-handed hitter Ty Yukamoto, and now steps off of the rubber does McLean. Yukamoto looking for his second hit. It would be a big one. It would plate 2 likely and give the Knights a 4-run lead. He takes the fastball, does Yukamoto, very high. 5'8", 160-pounder out of Pacific from Waipahu, Hawaii. 2 balls and a strike to Yukamoto. Runners at second and third, 2 down. McLean ready, comes to the plate. Outside, ball 3, 3-1. J.C. Ing on deck. First base is open. Ing has been a hot hitter. McLean Roberts trying to keep himself in the ballgame. 3-1 Knights, second and third, 2 down. McLean out of the stretch and comes to the plate. Takes in the turf. What? A called strike? The pitch was dropped, or it hit, or is that a called strike? So the home plate umpire calls that a strike. The pitch appeared to be almost on top of the plate. And it's a called strike to run the count to 3-2. The pitch was dropped by the catcher, Bennett Frater. 3-2 the count. McLean Roberts to the plate. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. This is a tough one today for the hitters. Yukamoto thought that he had drawn ball 4, instead was kept at the plate on a pitch that appeared to be down around his ankles. So the Knights leave 2. We are through 3. The Knights 3 and Kamloops 1 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. Through 3 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field on this beautiful early Sunday evening in Corvallis, the Knights 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Kamloops 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. Joey Barron, Cooper Neville, and Tommy Green against Merritt Jones. First pitch, ground ball to short. Yukamoto charges, gloves, throws, and gets him. 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 gone in the top of the 4th inning. Cooper Neville will be the hitter. Neville tripled to drive in Drew Giannini for the NorthPaws run in the 2nd. Merritt Jones and Tyler Howard, the Knights battery. Jacob Craig at first, Tyler Quinn at 2nd, Ty Yukamoto at short, Levi Jones at 3rd. Fastball outside to Cooper Neville, ball 1. In the outfield, Ethan Hott in left, J.C. Ing in center, Sam Stem in right. Merritt's 1-0 pitch, down and in, ball 2, 2-0. The series finale tomorrow night at 6:35. The 2-0 pitch swung on and missed, and the count 2-1. Yeah, Paul Blackburn is absolutely right. Tommy Green is almost in the batter's box as he awaits his turn. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Nobody is forcing Green back to the on-deck circle, but he is way out of it, about as close as you can get to the actual batter's box as he tries to size up Merritt Jones, who delivers. Fastball fouled at the plate, and the count remains 2-2. That on-deck hitter is Tommy Green. And as long as you can do it, then more power to Tommy Green. But rarely is the get back in the on-deck circle enforced, but I saw it this year during a Beaver game against the Beavers in their own ballpark. The 2-2 pitch, just outside, ball 3, 3-2. It's rather maddening here today just because you really don't know from pitch to pitch what a strike is, and that makes it difficult. 3-1 Knights in the top of the 4th. Merritt's 3-2 pitch to Neville is a one-hopper off the glove of Levi Jones once and twice, and no play. It'll be a base hit for Cooper. A soft liner wide of 3rd, and Levi had the ball go off his glove a couple of times. It felt like on the previous pitch that Jones had struck out Neville just based on the way the strike zone has been administered here this afternoon, but didn't get the call, and on the next pitch, an infield single. Unless Brooks, I guess Brooks is going E5 on that. Brooks Hatch is giving an error. Now a towering pop-up on the left side. Levi Jones calling near the mound on the left side and makes the catch. 2 down in the inning, 2 first pitch outs with Tommy Green popping out and Bennett Frater who grounded to second in the second, will be the hitter.
Now batting for the NorthPaws, the catcher, number 38, Bennett Frater.
I mentioned yesterday, and we'll talk about this as we go today and tomorrow as time permits, but I mentioned the interesting history of baseball in the great town of Kamloops. Breaking ball from Jones, a strike, and the count 0-1. If you get a chance, this is worth looking up. I don't remember how deep I had to go to find an outstanding story about the history of baseball in Kamloops. The strike one pitch is in there for strike two to Bennett Frater. 3-1 Knights in the fourth. No balls and 2 strikes. There was a team in the mid-50s, part of the BC, British Columbia BC Interior League, called the North Kamloops Mohawks. The strike two pitch is swung on and missed. Strike three, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, an error, 1 left. Share the story, and I'll encourage you to look it up on your own as you have time. Fascinating tale about baseball, North Kamloops, and how a teacher used the story of the North Kamloops Mohawks to impart some great lessons to his 5th and 6th graders in the Kamloops area. Down go the NorthPaws in the fourth at the end of 3.5. The Knights 3 and Kamloops 1 on the night live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. The top of the order for the Corvallis Knights in the bottom of the fourth inning, with the Knights leading Kamloops 3-1. J.C. Ing, the key hit of the ball game, a 2-out, 2-run single in the second, takes a strike from McLean Roberts. The 0-1 pitch to the Knights' newly installed leadoff hitter misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. J.C. drew a walk in the first, a 2-run single in the second. Now at the plate here in the fourth, trying to get the Knights rolling again. Roberts to the plate. J.C. a drive to right. Moving over is Tyler Glowacki, a long run to make the catch. 1 away. A good swing by J.C. Ing. He's a long, loud out to open the bottom of the fourth. Tyler Quinn, the batter. This was a story posted on a show in Kamloops, a feature story on Daybreak Kamloops that appeared on April 13th of this year. The 5th and 6th grade teacher by the name of Mike Wood bought a cardigan sweater for $8 at a thrift store in Prince George, BC, that had a connection to the North Kamloops Mohawks from the 50s. Quinn, a swinging bunt, but it goes foul back of the plate, 0-1 the count. The Kamloops Mohawks, 1955, became the first team in 2013 inducted into the Kamloops Sports Hall of Fame as part of the BC Interior League. Just an amazing story. Most of the players on that team had been sent to internment camps during World War II of Japanese descent. The strike 1 pitch missing high, and the count to Tyler Quinn. 1 ball and 1 strike. And so Mike Wood finds this, didn't even know about the team, just sees this cardigan with North Kamloops Mohawks on it. A 1-1 pitch down and away, ball 2, 2-1. hung that sweater up in his 5th and 6th grade classroom in Kamloops. And the kids began to ask questions. Mr. Wood, what is that sweater for? Why is it hanging in our classroom? The 2-1 pitch to Tyler Quinn, a strike, and the count 2-2. 3-1 Knights, bottom of the 4th, 1 out, nobody on. McLean Roberts has gone all the way. That is a tremendous teaching on the part of Mike Wood. The 2-2 pitch on the way is a bouncer wide of third. To his left is Giannini. Good play by Drew. He throws across to get Quinn. 2 down, and Sam Stem the batter. So he didn't present the sweater and just start teaching about it. He hung it in the classroom and waited for questions to come. And they did. The youngsters wanted to know what did that sweater mean in North Kamloops Mohawks, 1955. The questions came, and they, as a classroom of young people, began to seek answers and found out the incredible story of the North Kamloops Mohawks in winning the BC Interior League Championships in 55 and 56 with the players that almost the entire roster comprised of young men who had been sent to internment camps in Canada during World War II. Sam Stem takes a strike in the count 0-1. McLean Roberts back to the plate. The 0-1 pitch is in there. 0-2 the count to Sam, who's flied to left and singled home a run. So that story, you can find it online, and it's fascinating. And it's fascinating on so many levels. The strike 2 pitch, a check swing in the turf. On appeal, no swing, says the first base umpire. The count 1-2 to Sam. But the lessons used, Mr. Wood used the jersey to teach his class, the 5th and 6th graders, lessons on racism, sportsmanship, perseverance, teamwork. It's a great story in the history of sports in Kamloops, British Columbia. The North Kamloops Mohawks, champions in 55 and 56, and were honored as the first team ever inducted into the Kamloops Sports Hall of Fame in 2013. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-1 Knights in the 4th. Good breaking ball in there. Strike 3 called for McLean Roberts to retire the side. The Knights go in order at the end of 4. The Knights 3 and Kamloops 1 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. Tyler Glowacki will lead things off for Kamloops as we go to the top of the 5th inning. 3-1 Knights. Tyler has grounded to short and had an infield single. Merritt Jones to the plate. First pitch misses a bit high. Ball 1 to Glowacki. Tyler out of San Diego State. Swings and pops one into shallow left center field. That's going to be trouble, and in fact, it'll drop for a base hit. J.C. Ng plays it on a hop, and we'll get the ball back in to Tyler Quinn. A leadoff single for Glowacki. Jude Hall, the batter. Jude has flied to center and flied to left. The breezes have picked up considerably, blowing out towards left center field. I didn't think I would need the sweatshirt today, but I probably will. Here is a line drive dropped by Tai Yukamoto, recovers to his right to throw to second to Tyler Quinn for the force. Good job by Yukamoto. When you talk about stick-to-itiveness, lessons in perseverance and so on gleaned from the story of the North Kamloops Mohawks. That's a good lesson right there. Yukamoto dropped a line drive. There was a collective groan from the stands here. But the runner at first, Tyler Glowacki, didn't expect the ball to be dropped, thought it would be a line drive that would be caught. So even though the ball bounced away from Yukamoto several feet to his right, Yukamoto was able to gather himself and come in and make the play. And now a great catch out in shallow right field on a pop-up caught by Tyler Quinn in shallow right. Turns and throws back to first. Double play on Jude Hall to end the inning. The Knights with a couple of sensational defensive plays, particularly by Tyler Quinn. One of the best catches I've seen in this ballpark. Out in shallow right field, running away from the home plate, somehow caught it, then whirled around and threw to first to get Hall and retire the side on the double play off the bat of Robin Villeneuve. Tremendous catch by Tyler Quinn and kind of a confusing inning for the base runners for the NorthPaws. No runs, a hit, nobody left at the end of 4.5. Great play by Quinn, a 4-3 double play. It's still the Knights 3 and Kamloops 1 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. A lot of fans as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning talking about, still buzzing about the incredible catch by Tyler Quinn. And Paul Blackburn, longtime fan of the Knights and Beavers, seen a lot of games here, said that might have been the best play he's seen a second baseman make ever in this ballpark. Blake Avila hits one to the Kamloops NorthPaws second baseman. Routine, a two-hopper fielded by Neville, and he throws out Avila. One away in the bottom of the fifth. Ethan Hott, the batter. Tyler Quinn just made a spectacular catch. There's no other word for it. Racing out into shallow right, sliding into the catch over the shoulder, and then popped up and turned and threw a strike to Jacob Craig for the double play on the runner Jude Hall. So just a great play, and you could tell, too, that fired up the fans, but the Knights players all erupting in the dugout and greeting Tyler Quinn as a hero coming back in. Ethan Hott takes a strike. The 0-1 pitch lifted to center. Pretty good swing, but Jude Hall is right there to make the catch. Quickly 2 away in the bottom of the fifth. Levi Jones, who's grounded to second and doubled, will come to the plate. Bottom of the fifth, 3-1 Knights. 4-3 double play ball turned in by Tyler Quinn. That kind of in keeping with the spirit of the evening as the Knights look to bounce back from, by their standards, a true slump, losing 2 straight and 3 of their last 4 in league play, and actually salvaging the finale against Walla Walla. Brooke Knight taking time to visit with Levi Jones here in a count of 0-1 and 2 down and nobody on in the bottom of the fifth. 3-1, the Knights in front. So the Knights have dropped 3 of their last 4 league games and start the night uncharacteristically in 4th place at 9-7, 2.5 back of front-running Ridgefield in the West Coast League's South Division. The strike one pitch now coming to Levi. A line drive into right field. Good coaching by Brooke Knight. That's a base hit for Levi. Whatever Brooke imparted to Levi, Jones took it into the box and gets a base hit on the ensuing pitch, and that'll bring Jacob Craig to the plate. Jacob has struck out looking and flied to right. 3-1 Knights in the bottom of the 5th inning. Levi Jones getting his second hit of the night. He's held on by Robin Villeneuve. The pitch on the way to Jacob on the outside corner for a strike, and the count 0-1. Levi does not have a stolen base yet in his Knights career. With 2 down, may look for one. Out of the stretch works McLean Roberts, comes to the plate, and Jacob swings and hits one foul towards the Omaha room. The ball lands off the railing of the Omaha room bleacher and down into the lower grandstand. So the count to Jacob Craig, no balls and 2 strikes. McLean Roberts staring down Levi Jones. Comes to the plate to Jacob Craig. Fastball high, ball 1, 1-2. Jacob backs out, now stands in against the left-hander McLean Roberts. 6'5", 250 out of Antioch. There goes Jones. The pitch is outside, no throw from Bennett Prater. And Levi does have his first stolen base as a Knight. That adds to the coffers of Community Outreach, Inc. Our thanks to All Pro Property Services and Papay Material Handling for another contribution. 2-2 to Jacob Craig. The big right-hand hitter waiting on McLean Roberts, who delivers, and Jacob lifts one to right center field. Jude Hall and Tyler Glowacki coming together. It's the center fielder Hall to make the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, a man left. We're through 5 on this early Sunday evening in the Mid-Valley. The Knights 3 and Kamloops 1 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. Grant Clevenger will be the new pitcher for the Corvallis Knights. As we go to the top of the 6th inning, a strong outing for right-hander Merritt Jones, giving up just 1 run and 4 hits to the Kamloops NorthPaws. He walked only 1 and struck out 3. And the first pitch from Grant Clevenger to the left-hand hitting Felix Chenier Rondeau just misses for ball 1. Grant back to the plate. The 1-0 pitch, a ground ball up along first. It will go foul. Jacob Craig didn't get in front of the bag, didn't really have time to, and the ball touched by Craig in foul territory just to the right of the bag. Craig might have been able to get an out had he raced in to field the ball in front of the bag, but that might also have put him in a bit of a difficult position. Good fastball from Clevenger for a strike in the count 1-2 to Chenier Rondeau. Felix has grounded to second and struck out, looking 3-1 Knights, top of the 6th. Clevenger's 1-2 fastball got him swinging. Boy, I like that stuff. So will Nebraska. 1 away, and Drew Giannini, the hitter. Drew singled to center field in the 2nd. Stole second, scored a run, and then struck out in his last at-bat. Fastball from Grant is high, ball 1. Clevenger is making just his 2nd appearance in a league game. 1 2/3 a walk and 3 strikeouts. The quick working lefty delivers. Ground ball to second, knocked down by Tyler Quinn from shallow right. He throws to Jacob Craig, who stretches and receives the throw for out number 2. Giannini diving into first. That's not a quicker play. It really isn't. But there are times, and we saw it from Ellie De La Cruz the other day, sliding head first, and that was the right play with the first baseman running to the bag and wanting to avoid contact by crashing into the first baseman. It was a smart play by Ellie in that respect. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, wasn't it now? De La Cruz hit for the cycle. The most dynamic player perhaps in the game today. The 1-0 pitch to Joey Barron in there for a strike in the count 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on in the 6th. The Knights leading 3-1. The quick working Clevenger delivers, and the pitch swung on and missed in the count 1-2. Clevenger getting the ball right back, and he's ready to go again. Trying to set down the NorthPaws in order. The 1-2 pitch, fastball foul back. The count remains 1-2. The crowd getting loud between innings with $25 gift cards being given away to the loudest, most enthusiastic fans. 2 First Alternative Co-op, one of the 2 locations. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and that is a sharp 1-2-3 frame for Grant Clevenger on in relief of Merritt Jones. The NorthPaws go in order. After 5.5, the Knights 3 and Kamloops 1 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. The new pitcher for Kamloops as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, right-hander Noah Lowe. And Noah's first pitch to Tyler Howard, a strike. 3-1 Knights, bottom of the 6th inning. Tyler Howard, Tai Yukamoto, and J.C. Ng. The strike one pitch to Tyler, taken high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Howard has doubled and walked. Lowe's 1-1 pitch, high and away, ball 2. Lowe 6'2", 225. Thank you, Amy. Amy Weiss has spent, I think, the last half hour trying to get my game, the game live feed on my iPad. Thank you, Amy Weiss. The pitch hit foul off to the right and out of play. Something malfunctioned, and when that happens to an iPad for an oldster such as yours truly, I'm at a loss. Amy was able, she's young, she figured it out. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Howard, hit foul again off to Urchin Alley's territory. Very little action in the alley tonight, but back-to-back foul balls in there deposited by Tyler Howard. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tyler. Got the Knights going with a 2-out double back in the 2nd inning. Here he gets a broken bat, base hit to left field to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th. It did a sound from up here as though the bat was busted, and he's able to muscle it into left field as Tyler Howard for a leadoff single in the 6th against Lowe and Tai Yukamoto, the hitter. If your home, office, or investment property is dingy, dirty, or worn, we recommend All Pro Property Services. They've helped thousands get the best out of their properties over the years. First pitch to the backstop. And down to second base on the wild pitch goes Tyler Howard. The pitch appeared as though it may have hit Tai Yukamoto. Yukamoto fell in trying to get out of the way of the baseball, and it looked as though he might have been hit by the pitch, that he was kind of grabbing his knee. And we'll see if that's the case. The umpire said, no, we don't have you getting hit. So Yukamoto says, well, my knee does. I don't know if he wants to hike up his pants leg and show a bruise. It's been known to happen before. Tyler Howard goes to second on the wild pitch. Tai Yukamoto with a count of 1 ball and no strikes with a chance to move him, and he tries to with a bunt, but bunts it foul up along third. 1 ball and 1 strike, bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Knights. Tyler Howard having a good ball game. That 2-out double in the 2nd got the Knights going. Now he's hoping a leadoff single can help fuel a rally here in the 6th. The pitch to Yukamoto shows bunt. He spins around and takes inside, ball 2, 2-1. The breeze is continuing to pick up a little bit. I see other fans in the shade at the ballpark reaching for sweaters and sweatshirts, even though the game time temperature was 82, and I think the temperature is still pretty high, but you get into the shade, the shadows with the breezes picking up, and I'm seeing now Christy going to hers. I'll be going to my Knights sweatshirt soon. I didn't hope to, but here we are. Here indeed we are. 2-2 the count to Tai Yukamoto. Gorgeous evening though. Yukamoto takes inside. Ball 3, or it hit him, and so there we go. We do have a hit batter here. That was ball 3, but it also nicked Tai going by. So the hit by pitch does finally come. Yukamoto down to first. J.C. Ng the batter. 3-1 Knights in the bottom of the 6th. My guess is J.C. will be bunting here with 2 on and nobody out. Tyler Quinn on deck. The corner infielders are anticipating the stratagem. Villeneuve and Giannini in, expecting J.C. to bunt, and he does bunt, and he bunts foul. No balls and 1 strike. Our thanks to All Pro Property Services for their sponsorship of Knights baseball. From investment, renovations, facility services, housekeeping, and move-out cleans, All Pro Property Services has the bases covered. Visit allproproperty.net for more information. No balls and a strike. Again, J.C. showing bunt. The ball goes off the mid of Bennett Frater, and the runners will move up 90 feet. Howard takes an aggressive turn and holds at second on a pass ball on Frater. At least I've got it as a pass ball. We'll see what Brooks Hatch has if I can get the game live scoring summary up. Noah Lowe, with a count of 1 ball and 1 strike, delivers down and in again, and the count goes to 2-1. The Knights trying to separate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lowe making his 4th appearance. He's worked just 2 innings, giving up 4 runs. The 2-1 pitch on the way to JC. Big swing and a miss in the count, 2-2. JC can really have himself a ball game here. A base hit would likely plate 2 and give him 4 RBIs on the day. 3-1 Knights, bottom of the 6th. Tyler Howard at third, Tai Yukamoto at second, nobody out. Lowe ready, and Noah's 2-2 pitch. A ground ball to the right of the second baseman, Neville. Cooper fields and throws to first, but on the play, Tyler Howard comes in to score, and the Knights lead it 4-1. 3 RBIs on the evening for J.C. Ing. On the play, Tai Yukamoto advances to third. 4-1 Knights, bottom of the 6th. Tyler Quinn, the batter. Tyler 1 for 3 and has turned in the play of the season defensively. A 4-3 double play ball, catching a pop fly in shallow right, sliding into it and catching the ball over his shoulder. Just a spectacular play. I didn't see Nick Madrigal or Travis Bazzana making their time here. The first pitch, a strike to Tyler Quinn, 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch, a push bunt up along first. It's going to produce a run on the safety squeeze by Tyler Quinn, and Quinn aboard, no play anywhere. Quinn with a bunt single up along first and picks up the RBI. Coming in to score is Tai Yukamoto. The Knights lead it 5-1. Great job by Tyler Quinn. A bunt in a perfect spot. Lowe came off and tried to shovel the ball with his gloved hand to his catcher, Bennett Prater, but no play. So the Knights with a 5-1 lead, trying to get this series even and render tomorrow night's game a rubber match. There goes Quinn. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second is in time. Tyler Quinn is thrown out. Good throw by Bennett Prater, getting the ball down to his shortstop, Tommy Green, for the out. Tyler caught stealing. 2 away in the inning. Sam Stem taking a strike on Quinn's behalf. The count 0-1 with 2 down. Quinn blasts it to right. It's on its way, and so long, Sam Stem. A long drive into the back row of the bleachers, and the Knights lead it 6-1. Stem with an absolute wallop to right. Back row of the bleachers, his first home run. The Knights' 3rd homer of the year, and the first one hit by someone other than the guy about to step in. Blake Avila joined in the home run club with the Knights. Blake has 2. Stem has his first. 6-1 Knights in the bottom of the 6th. And Blake takes high from Noah Lowe, ball 1. 1-0. Blake has walked, grounded to first, grounded to second. The Knights with 3 in the second have scored 3 here in the 6th. Low to the plate, Avila gets out in front and pulls it foul towards the sand volleyball courts here on campus. 1-1 the count. Mentioning Nick Madrigal reminds me to let you know I saw on The Athletic today a photograph of our own Nick Madrigal, former Beaver, former Knight, part of the show in London at London Stadium this weekend. The 1-1 pitch outside, ball 2, 2-1. The timing not quite right for my daughter and wife to see baseball in London. They only missed it, though, by a couple of days. What an experience that would have been. The 2-1 pitch hit sharply on a hop off the glove of Cooper Neville and into shallow right field. Good contact for Blake Avila. And the Knights are swinging it freely here tonight after getting stymied and losing 6-3 yesterday in the series opener. Coming back in a big way here today. That'll be a base hit for Blake Avila and bring Ethan Hott to the plate, with the Knights leading 6-1. London Stadium drew some 54,000 for the two-game series. Nick Madrigal, photograph of Nick in the Athletic signing autographs for the fans that gathered early at London Stadium the past couple of days. A check swing tapper off the bat of Ethan Hott, wearing Nick's old number, number 3. And fielding the ball cleanly is Noah Lowe. And he throws to first for the out to retire the side. So at the end of 6 innings, the Knights think there's only 2 outs. We've got 3 outs. At least I have 3 outs. The caught stealing and the ground out. There are 3 outs in the inning, and the inning is over, and the Knights score 3. And at the end of 6, the Knights 6 and Kamloops 1 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. Through 6 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, the Corvallis Knights 6 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. Kamloops 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. Left-hander Grant Clevenger ready to go. First pitch, fastball, strike to Cooper Neville. 0-1 the count. Lyle and Sharon Hutchins leaving as we go to the 7th. The pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back, and the count 0-2. Neville has tripled home a run and been aboard on an error. The bottom of the order up for Kamloops. Neville, Tommy Green, and Bennett Prater against Grant Clevenger. The strike 2 pitch taken, strike 3 called. Clevenger almost machine-like. Just coming in, getting the ball, give me the ball, throw, okay, strike, give me the ball back, strike, give me the ball back, round out, strike. It's fun to watch. Grant Clevenger dealing. He's retired all 4 NorthPaws hitters, and Tommy Green, the batter. Tommy has walked and popped out, both at bats against the starter Merritt Jones. Clevenger's first pitch to Tommy Green, a strike, 0-1 the count. 6-1 Knights in the 7th. Grant ready to go again. The strike 1 pitch, swung on and missed, and the count 0-2. And Tommy takes a little time out of the box for a moment, steps back in. Clevenger trying to make quick work of him, and just about did. The strike 2 pitch just outside. I think the pitch was a ball, but strange doings today in terms of the zone, so I was kind of expecting Green to be rung up. But the pitch was outside. 1-2, 1 out. Fastball, now he is rung up, swung on and missed. Strike 3, 2 down. 3 straight strikeouts for Grant Clevenger. He's retired all 5 NorthPaws hitters that he's faced. And now Bennett Prater, the batter. Bennett has grounded to second and struck out unless we have a pinch hitter here, and we may, and we do, and it's Jared Sucro, a young man out of Cairn University. Now, Cairn was one I'd never heard of before. I was mentioning yesterday that they have driven me to seek some new territory, try to expand geographical knowledge. Jared Sucro from Cairn University in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, and he takes a strike from Grant Clevenger. 0-1 the count. Sucro, the pinch hitter for Bennett Frieder. The strike one pitch lifted foul into the main entry area of Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, directly back of the plate, and the count to Sucro. No balls and 2 strikes in the 7th. 6-1 Knights, 2 outs, nobody on. The strike 2 pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. Sucro getting a piece of it to stay alive. Sucro, though, is a hometown kid from Kamloops, but he attends Cairn University in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. The strike 2 pitch on the way, a tapper wide of third. Levi Jones to his left, up with it, throws to Jacob Craig to retire the side. 2 quick innings of work for Grant Clevenger, and it's Sucro, whose Uncle Travis played hockey at the College of St. Scholastica, a D3 school in Duluth, Minnesota, as we try to expand knowledge every day. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Knights 6 and Kamloops 1 on the Knights live stream at 1240 Joe Radio. Jose Carranza is the new pitcher from Grayson County College in Duncan, Texas. 5'10", 165-pounder. Carranza takes over for Noah Lowe, with the Knights leading 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. For the Knights, it'll be Levi Jones to lead things off against the pride of Duncan, and the pitch from Carranza misses low and inside, ball 1, 1-0. The right-hander ready to go to Levi, who swings and misses in the count, 1-1. Levi has grounded out, doubled, and singled. 6-1 Knights, bottom of the 7th, trying to get this series even. The 1-1 pitch misses outside to Levi, ball 2, 2-1. Levi Jones, Jacob Craig, and Tyler Howard against Carranza. Levi swings and pulls it back at first, right at Robin Villeneuve, who will take it to the bag himself. Good hustle by Jones, running hard all the way down the line as Villeneuve was just kind of casually moving over to the bag, and Jones said, okay, well, I'm going to run as hard as I can, and Villeneuve still beat him. But Levi, good to see, hustling all the way to the end. One away, and Jacob Craig, the batter. Jacob 0 for 3. The pitch on the way to Jacob, in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. No balls and a strike to Craig. Carranza back to the plate. Jacob hits a ground ball to the left of Cooper Neville. He fields and whirls around and throws Jacob out. 2 down. Tyler Howard, the hitter, and Tyler has been a big spark plug today for the Corvallis Knights. Doubled to left and scored in the second. Walked, stole a base in the third. Singled to lead off last inning. And that led the way to a 3-run inning for the Corvallis Knights. So he's been a big catalyst today for the Knights in their 6-1 lead. He takes outside from Carranza. Ball 1. Tyler steps out of the box for a moment, not exactly sure why. He may have something in his eye. He's trying, and Michaela, the team's athletic trainer, comes out to see if Tyler needs any further assistance. Evidently not. And so both Carranza and Tyler ready to go. Tyler takes low, ball 2. This is Jose's 6th appearance for Kamloops. 3 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. The right-hander ready, and the 2-0 pitch. That's down and away, ball 3. 3-0 to Tyler Howard. Ty Yukamoto on deck. 2 outs, nobody on. A 6-1 Knights lead in the bottom of the 7th. The 3-0 pitch is a strike. Carranza taking a little something off. And Howard taking all the way. The 3-1 pitch is high and inside. Carranza delivering a 2-out walk to Howard. Ty Yukamoto to the plate. Ty had an infield single in the 3-run second, scored a run. Hit by a pitch and scored a run last inning. Jacob Craig held on at first by Robin Villeneuve. Jose Carranza from the stretch comes to the plate. First pitch jumped on by Yukamoto. He pulls it foul, well past Casey corner. 0-1 the count. Jose Carranza working back of the plate, or working to his new catcher in the ball game, which misses. I believe it's Joey Barron. Trying to get a read. I think our live stream feed is incorrect. They've got Drew Giannini pitching and Villeneuve catching. That's not right. The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled back by Yukamoto, and the count 1-2. Carranza, the pitcher, and with the strap of the chest protector obscuring the number, I'm having a difficult time getting the read on the new receiver for Kamloops. The 1-2 pitch is down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I can't tell if that's it could be Sucro, listed as a utility man who pinch hit, so I'm going to go with Sucro as the catcher for Carranza. The 2-2 changeup, a blooper to shallow right field. It's a long run for Glowacki. It'll land for a base hit. Tyler Howard on his way to third and will get there standing up. A bloop single to right field for Ty Yukamoto. His second hit. The Knights have runners at the corners and 2 down for J.C. Ng. J.C. has a chance for another run batted in. He has 3 on the day. There's a strong push coming from within the McGrath family press box on our great crew of Andrew Henderson, Casey Lavin, Thomas Rudolph, all saying that they want to go with Grant Clevenger as the player of the game tonight when the Knights pull this thing out and win it. But if Ng gets an RBI here, fellas, as we argue about it on the air, that's 4 RBIs if he gets a base hit here. Pitch is in the turf, ball one. So Clevenger's been brilliant. We'll see how this plays out. 1 ball and no strikes. Runners at the corners, 2 down. The 1-0 pitch, a strike to JC. The count 1-1. Now, we've had JC before, I believe. I don't think we've had Grant, and that would play in Grant's favor, too. All sorts of factors for the committee. First and third. The 1-1 pitch, a ground ball to the left of Neville. Neville up with it, sets himself and throws to first, so it could be Clevenger. We'll see. The Knights leave 2. That's a matter for the committee. But as the man says in Chariots of Fire, emphatically, we are the committee. So we'll make a decision after a while on our Washington Park Advisors player of the game. We go to the 8th, the Knights 6 and Kamloops 1 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. We go to the 8th inning, the Knights leading Kamloops 6-1, and after a brilliant 2 innings by Grant Clevenger, Kamloops has to cope now with the Knights' outstanding left-hander, Sean Weiss, with his parents in their usual spot and grandparents just to my left. Sean takes over in the top of the 8th inning, making his 5th appearance, 8 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A walk, 3 strikeouts, a record of 2-0, 6-1 Knights in the 8th. Sean delivers, and the first pitch is a line drive caught by Jacob Craig off the bat of Tyler Glowacki. Glowacki swinging at the first pitch from Sean Weiss, and Jacob Craig timing kind of a modified leap. Did a good job to haul it in. Jude Hall, the batter. 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the 8th. Hall swings at the first pitch, and it's a rope to the gap into right field. Over to cut it off is Sam Stem. Sam's throw to second, not in time. Jude Hall into second with a double. Well struck. Sam Stem played it on a hop. Sam's had himself a good ball game with a home run, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base, and made a good play there and made it close at second. So you've got kind of a 3-way run for the Washington Park Advisors player of the game. Sam Stem, Merritt Jones, maybe a 4-way. J.C. Ing, Grant Clevenger. We got to come up with one. And I still maybe lean to Clevenger, guys, only because I think Stem has been a winner before, and we're trying to kind of spread that love around. So check, you guys talk amongst yourselves, talk to Taylor, who has been used on the post-game interview feature. I don't think Grant has been yet, and he was sensational through 2. So let's think about it. Weiss delivers a wild pitch, sending Hall to third. Tyler Howard chases the ball down near the Knights on deck area. Sean, with 1 out, yielding a double, uncorks a wild pitch. The Knights leading 6-1 in the top of the 8th inning. Kamloops with a runner at third and one out. Sean will work out of the stretch. The left-hander ready, comes to the plate, swung on and missed, and the count 1-2. Sean Stuff has that effect, the Brandon Isert effect when he was pitching for the Beavers. Ben Ferrer's slider pitching at night for Oregon State. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike three, and that is the ball just disappears. 2 down. And Felix Chenier-Rondeau, the hitter. Just kind of the arm slot, the spin, just the general movement that Sean gets on his pitches. They tend to disappear on hitters. And that was Brandon Isert and Christian Chamberlain's case quite often. The first pitch to Chenier-Rondeau, a strike, and the count 0-1. 6-1 Knights, top of the 8th inning. Sean in the transfer portal and evincing some interest. We'll see where he ends up after beginning his career at George Fox, going to Hawaii, and now we'll wrap it up somewhere else. A blooping fly ball into left center field that'll drop for a base hit. Jude Hall down the line to score. Chenier-Rondeau punches one into center for an RBI. Now the Knights 6 and Kamloops 2. And Drew Giannini, the hitter, another left-handed hitter. A left-hand hitting laden lineup, and that's a pretty tough matchup thus for Coach Francis's club against both Clevenger and now Sean Weiss. A bunt attempt by Giannini, trying to take it with him, and bunts it foul. No balls and a strike to Drew. Singled and scored the other run for Kamloops back in the second. If you live or work in one of 24 Western or Central Oregon counties, you're entitled to the full membership privileges at Oregon State Credit Union. The pitch swung on and missed in the count 0-2. Oregon State Credit Union will once again be the proud title sponsor of the Knights' big fireworks night on July 2nd. Oregon State Credit Union, investing in all of our communities and dedicated to creating financial solutions toward making local lives better. Breaking ball swung on and missed, strike three. The inning is over. Kamloops does get a run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left, 2 strikeouts for Sean. We go to the bottom of the 8th, the Knights 6 and Kamloops 2 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. After considerable debate, arguments being put forward in a 4-way presentation, I think we've come to our decision on our Washington Park Advisors Player of the Game. But like the 1967 pennant race, when 4 teams were alive going into the final weekend, we had 4 players still alive going into essentially the final innings of this one. Tyler Quinn, the batter, against the new pitcher, Colby Luckenchuk, out of Thompson River University. Prince George, BC, and attends Thompson River University in Kamloops. Luckenchuck's pitch to Tyler Quinn, high and inside. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Tyler fouls it into the netting, and the count 1-1. Tyler Quinn, Sam Stem, and Blake Avila in the bottom of the 8th. 6-2 Knights. 4 players under strong consideration and all worthy of our player of the game. Change from Luckenchuck, misses high, ball 2, 2-1. But apparently it was getting heated within the McGrath family press box. I'm grateful to be out here in the breeze, adjacent to the press box outside, and not getting involved in that heated conversation. Conflict makes me nervous. The 3-1 pitch to Quinn, pulled foul over the head of Brooke Knight, and the count goes full to 3-2. 4 players under consideration. Merritt Jones is going to be the winner tonight. 5 innings. If the Knights bring off the next 3 outs, they lead at 6-2. 6-2 Knights in the bottom of the 8th. Merritt will get the win and be off for a little while. The pitch to Quinn, pulled foul down the left field line and well out of play. But Merritt Jones was in the hunt along with Grant Clevenger, Sam Stem, and J.C. Ing. Sam and J.C. have both been winners before. Clevenger certainly could have been with his strong 2 innings. But the game was kind of in hand by then. The 3-2 pitch, a 1-hopper. Nice play by Giannini. Spears it and throws across to first for the out. 1 away in the bottom of the 8th, and Sam Stem will be the batter. Sam has had a good ball game. He's flied to left, had an RBI single and a stolen base, homered to right in his last at-bat. On almost any other night would have been a worthy recipient. But Merritt Jones is going to get sent off in a conversation in the postgame with Taylor and be part of the Knights live stream broadcast. Sam takes outside, ball 1, 1-0. 6-2 Knights, bottom of the 8th inning. Sam lifts one foul into the upper grandstand above the Riley concourse down the left field side to even the count. Had 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th, the Knights 3 outs away from getting this series even, rendering tomorrow night's ball game a rubber match at 6:35. Stem a ground ball to second. Cooper Neville fields and throws to first. 2 down. Blake Avila to the plate. When you visit Corvallis to catch Knights baseball, we encourage you to stay at your locally owned Best Western Corvallis, the official hotel partner of your Corvallis Knights. Close to Goss Stadium, where you can enjoy the largest hotel rooms in the city and an outdoor heated pool. Wherever life takes you, Best Western is there. Avila takes high and away from Luckenchuck, ball 1. Blake has walked, grounded to first, grounded to second, and had an infield single. The Knights have sprung to life tonight, losing yesterday 6-3, but leading this one 6-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. In this pleasant Sunday evening in the Mid-Valley. 6:35 tomorrow night. The live stream will get underway at 6:20 in the rubber game if the Knights hold off. Off speed from Luckenchuck if the Knights hold Kamloops off in the 9th inning tonight. Avila taking a strike. 1-2 the count. 1 out, 2 outs, nobody on. The 1-2 pitch is a ground ball to second. Cooper Neville fields. He throws to first, and the inning is over. The Knights go in order. We go to the 9th. The Knights 6 and Kamloops 2 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. Well, we're going to bookend this one, it appears, with Utah Utes. The two Utes trying to bring this one home as we go to the top of the ninth inning. The Knights leading 6-2. Branson Keel, after Merritt Jones went 5, and if Keel brings it home, then Merritt will be interviewed at the end of the night, talking about getting, kind of shutting things down for a while. Good start, good note to end the first part of the summer. We believe we'll see Merritt again later in the summer, heading down the stretch. But now his teammate at Utah, Branson Keel, in to try to get the final 3 outs with the Knights leading 6-2 in the top of the ninth inning. And the first pitch from Branson to Joey Barron is in there for a strike. Joey is lined to right, grounded to first, and struck out. The 0-1 pitch, foul back, and the count 0-2. The two Utes, of course, the great line. What is a Ute? What'd you say? The two Utes. What is a Ute? Highly underrated, funny film. My Cousin Vinny. I mean, just flat out funny in all respects, including the performance by Fred Gwynn, a.k.a. Herman Munster. The strike 2 pitch, a ground ball to short. Yukamoto fields and throws to Jacob Craig, 1 away in the top of the ninth inning. Gwynn noted for his work primarily as Herman Munster. I was glad that he had a role that supplanted that in a sense late in his life. Probably not completely for all peoples. He was good as Herman. Appeared in an episode, Munster's episode, with in a Dodger uniform at Dodger Stadium or something. I don't know if you put a uniform on, but there was a Dodger connection to a Munster's episode, was there not once? The pitch in there for a strike to Cooper Neville from Branson Keel, 0-1 the count. But as Chamberlain Haller able to get people to think about somebody other than Herman. The 0-1 pitch, a fly ball into left center field that'll drop for a base hit. J.C. Ng will play it on a couple of hops. Neville takes a turn and holds. And Tommy Green will come to the plate with the Knights leading 6-2 in the top of the ninth inning. Branson Keel trying to finish this one. 2 outs to go, making his 6th appearance, 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, an ERA of 3.37, a non-save situation. The attendance, 1,106, just climbing over that 1,000 mark. What has been a very pleasant Sunday late afternoon, early evening affair here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. 6-2 Knights. Tommy Green taking the first pitch outside from Branson. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled back into the entryway area of Goss. Tomorrow night, bingo night and a Squires Club game presented by the Corvallis Clinic Foundation and Project Her. The bingo cards you purchase and play with will benefit Project Her and play bingo throughout the game tomorrow. The 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Tommy Green was showing bunt for a hit, pulled the bat back and took it. 1-2 the count to Tommy. Jared Sucro on deck. 1-2 the count, 1 out, a man aboard, 6-2 Knights in the ninth. Breaking ball in there, strike 3 called, 2 down. Good pitch by the right-hander Branson Keel, and that brings to the plate Jared Sucro up there for the second time, grounded out in his first at-bat. The Knights with 3 in the second, 3 in the sixth, righting themselves now and out away from getting the series even. A ground ball to first, right at Jacob Craig on the bag in fair territory, steps on the bag, and the ball game is over. The Knights win it by a final score of 6-2. 6 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error for the Knights. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Kamloops. And the Knights in pretty efficient order tonight get the job done. At the plate with 3 runs in the second inning, J.C. Ng driving in 2, then scoring 3 more in the sixth. Another RBI for J.C. and a home run for Sam Stem. Good productivity in the bottom of the order. Tyler Howard scoring 2 runs in the 8th hole. Tai Yukamoto scoring 2 with 2 base hits in the 9th hole. Howard with a double and a single and 2 runs scored. A very good night for the Corvallis Knights. as they get the ball game, they get the game one in the series even, setting up a rubber match tomorrow night, 6:35, 6:20 for the pregame. For the crew tonight, Andrew Henderson, Casey Lavin, Thomas Rudolph, and Garrett Dale back in our 1240 Joe Radio studios. This is Mike Parker thanking you for joining us. The Knights even the series with a 6-2 win. We'll see you tomorrow night right back here at 6:20 on the Knights live stream and 1240 Joe Radio. So long, everybody.